Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Tomorrow, number 24 Tennessee goes on the road to take on number 17 Pittsburgh. And whether you want to call it a must-win game or not, however you want to label it, however you want to spin it, it doesn't really matter. Tennessee, Josh Heupel, they need to win this football game on Saturday. We're going to take a look at the keys to victory, what I think Tennessee needs to do. Now, some of these have been beat into the ground all across the media over the last week, and some of them are just some opportunities that I see for Tennessee in this football game. Before we get rolling, you guys know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It doesn't take very much effort, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not trying to sell you on something we're not. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. We are fans just like you. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live, when we drop a video. Tomorrow is game day. We will be live an hour before kickoff for the fan call-in show, Tailgating with Talkin VAWLS. We'll get your opinion on this matchup for about an hour leading up to the kickoff, and then immediately following the game, we'll be live to break down Tennessee going on the road to take on Pittsburgh. Let's jump into it. Let's take a look at this football game. Again, Tennessee ranked 24th. It's nice to see that number 24 beside their name. Let's go take care of business on Saturday and continue to move up in the polls and go take on a Florida team inside of Neyland Stadium. Look, I hope Florida goes and beats Kentucky. I hope they come into Neyland Stadium, and we're talking about a top 10, top 15 type of matchup. Game day on the scene. Maybe Smokey Grace, Checker Neyland, big-time atmosphere, big-time opportunity for this team and this coaching staff. But it starts tomorrow with number 17 ranked Pittsburgh. Now, what do I think Tennessee needs to do this to win this game? There's several things. First and foremost, you're favored. You're favored by almost a touchdown going on the road. And look, Vegas doesn't just give out points. They don't just hand out a 7-point favorite. They don't hand out a touchdown to a team going on the road unless they are the better football team. It is what it is. Tennessee has more talent, and I think they're going to have to take advantage of that early. So whether you want to go with something that Coach Majors like to say, and that's attack, 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 or you want to go with the general and say put on more steam, I think Tennessee needs to jump on Pitt. They need to jump on them early, and don't let your foot off the gas pedal for 60 minutes. I think Josh Heupel is going to have some stuff schemed up and ready to go. You know, we saw it last year. We saw it last year in the Pitt game. Just rewatch that game a little bit earlier today. Watch the first half. Realistically, Tennessee should have been up 21-0 in the first quarter. Instead, it's 10-0, ends up 10-7, and then you end up in a dogfight that you lose by a touchdown. Tennessee is going to have opportunities early in this football game to take some shots down the field. Hendon Hooker's deep ball accuracy is going to be key. If you got a guy running open, you better convert and get in the end zone. So the first key for me is attack, attack, attack. Go get them. Score early, score often. Let's take advantage. Let's silence that home field advantage. I know there's going to be a lot of Tennessee fans up there in Pittsburgh. Going to be a lot of VAWLS. Going to be a lot of orange in the crowd, but it is a home field advantage regardless for Pittsburgh. So let's get up early and put on more steam and put them away, because I think Josh Heupel is going to have some plays dialed up early. Number two, what I think Tennessee also should be able to capitalize on and needs to capitalize on, and that's the running game, and that's both offensively and defensively. Last week against Ball State, we saw Tennessee rush for over 200 yards. They did a great job running the football last season, and you're returning 4 out of 5 offensive linemen. And whether you want to say that they're all conference level linemen or not, you're returning 4 out of 5 starters. I like what Gerald Mincey added at the left tackle position. I think we're going to see him trot out there first. We'll see if he gets pulled out of the game, or I think if he's out there performing, competing, I think he's going to stay out there. But I think Tennessee has an opportunity to go run the football. And, yeah, you can say, well, they rushed for over 200, but Boogie, it was Ball State. You go look at the Pitt defense. They gave up almost 200 yards rushing to West Virginia last week, 190 yards on the ground. I think Tennessee has an opportunity to run the football, set up some play action, maybe utilize the tight ends across the middle. You know, some little things I liked last year this football team did, faking the quarterback draw, sneaking the tight end out, kind of little quick little bubble screen type deal. Set up that play action off the run, but establish that ground game early. I want to see that. I want to see the rushing attack. And Josh Heupel likes to utilize the run game. A lot of people think that this offense is just go out, fun and gun, sling it around. That's not what Josh Heupel wants to do. He wants to run the football. Defensively, I also think they have an opportunity to capitalize in the run game. They held Ball State to under 75 yards last week. If you look at what Pittsburgh did, they struggled to run the football too. They only rushed for 76 yards against West Virginia last week. They're also going to be without their starting running back, Rodney Hammond Jr., who had 16 carries for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns last week for Pittsburgh. He also hauled in 2 catches for 55 yards. He was their all-purpose yardage leader last week, and they're going to be without him when Tennessee comes to town tomorrow. I don't think they're going to be able to rush the football. When you look behind Rodney Hammond Jr., who again averaged 4.5 yards a carry last week, 1.9 yards per carry, 2 yards per carry, 3 yards per carry, 2 yards per carry. That's what the guys that ran the football last week for Pittsburgh averaged on the ground. I think Tennessee's defensive line, their front seven, I think they do a good job against the run game. We'll talk about quarterback pressure here in just a second. But I think Tennessee is going to win the game on the ground against Pittsburgh. Set up some of those deep shots. I think if you put Pittsburgh in some third and long type situations by having success against the run, that's where the quarterback pressure that we're looking for, and you can go ahead and bleed this into number 3 for me. You got to be able to get after the quarterback, but part of that starts with run defense. You put Pittsburgh in third and long, and then you pin your ears back and you get after Keaton Slovis, and you either get him on the ground or you force him to make bad decisions. It doesn't matter how we want to spend last week. Look, we have conversations here. Was it a vanilla game plan? Was Ball State getting the ball out quick? Alabama didn't have any sacks last week, Boogie. Doesn't matter how you spin it. The past is the past. Does not matter. But this football team better get after the quarterback on Saturday, or it is going to continue to be a concern. I know some of you aren't concerned. Some of us are concerned with a lack of pass rush. If they don't get after Keaton Slovis next week, even if they win the game, it's going to be a concern that we continue to talk about as we move forward in this season. But the last thing for me is turnovers. You got to win the turnover game. You got to play clean, disciplined football. But again, if you put them in third and long and you can pin your ears back and a guy like BY goes out and makes a name for himself, kind of backs up what we've been expecting for the last year or so. I want BY to emerge. Let this be his coming out party. Go take care of business. Get after the quarterback. Force him to make mistakes, because I think if you pressure Keaton Slovis, he's going to turn the football over. And like I said, that's the next key for me. Win the turnover battle. Protect the football. Play clean. I think Jabari Small, Jalen Wright are a solid 1-2 punch. I think they're going to be able to have some success against this Pittsburgh defense running the football. But you can't put it on the ground. You can't turn it over. We saw Jalen Wright cough up the ball last week. Lineman fell on it. No damage done. But you can't afford to go on the road against a team like Pittsburgh and turn the football over. Last week, Tennessee won the turnover battle, +2. I think if Tennessee goes out and it's +2 again this week, you're going to see an absolute beatdown. A beatdown. I don't think Pittsburgh's offense can keep up with Tennessee's offense. Yeah, they've got a pretty good defense, but one of the story narratives going around right now is Josh Heupel versus Pittsburgh. Whatever his record is, he's going to go out and score points. He scores 30 to 40 points every time he's played against this Pittsburgh defense. And I think he's going to continue to do that on Saturday. And I think with the loss of Kenny Pickett, with the loss of Jordan Addison, this Pittsburgh offense just can't keep up with Tennessee. That's why I'm predicting them to win, and I'm predicting them to win by a couple of scores. So again, attack, attack, attack. You're going to have opportunities to take shots early. Connect on those and put Pittsburgh away early. The run game, offensively and defensively, I think Tennessee's going to be able to have some success there. Defensively, by having success in the run game, put Pittsburgh in third and long, then get after that quarterback, force turnovers. Those are the keys to the game to me. I think Tennessee comes out of Saturday with a win. What do you say? Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. As always, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network at bonfire.com/store/. YouTube.com/TalkinVols. Any and all support, greatly appreciated. Again, don't forget to join us live tomorrow. An hour before kickoff. We're going to be having a tailgate show, fan call-in show. You guys get to come on, hang out, and talk about this football game, and then we will be live immediately after the game. Within a matter of moments, we'll fire up a live stream. Be right here on the Talkin' Vols Network, and we'll break down this Tennessee-Pittsburgh game immediately after. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.